Hello, Instagram. Hi. Hello, 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 hello. Happy New Year, guys. Welcome to the first live coaching session of 2020. Welcome, 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 welcome. Hello, 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 hello. Thanks for joining, guys. We are going to get cracking in a very short while. Instagram is telling me I should hold on because it's trying to get all my people. So, whilst you are here, introduce yourself. Let me know who you are. Let me know where you're watching from. And let me know how your 2020 has started. I am so excited about 2020. I believe that 2020, I've said it since, 2020 is epic for many, many reasons. But I just believe that it's a paradigm shift that we're in. So we are going to be talking about what I believe is a very important way to start the year. And it's about starting the year with a level of clarity, intentionality, and direction. Many of us set goals, many of us have dreams, many of us want to do so many different things, but there's a strategy behind success. And tonight's coaching class is really going to show you one of those strategies in terms of how do you set yourself up? How do you set the momentum up for a successful 2020? So whilst we're waiting for Instagram to get its act together, to get more people on board, if you are watching right now, if you're live and tuned in, drop in the comments. Let me know where you are watching from. Let me know your name and just tell me how your 2020 has been going so far. I know we're only a few days in, matter of fact, 7 days in. But, you know, some people have had it good, some people haven't had it good. So I want to know how your 2020 has started. I'm going to get cracking in a short while. I've got 3 steps that I want to teach you guys today. Let me just see who's coming on. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, guys. Oh, wow. We have Olu Akinbade from the USA. We have Chidima. Thank you guys for joining. I see Fumi's joined. I see Talula has joined. There's some other names I can't pronounce because it looks really different on Instagram. So if I haven't pronounced your name, drop your name in the comments and I will give you a shout out today. Y'all like my floral crown? So I was feeling very floral this evening and I have a floral shirt with my floral background and my floral crown just to, you know. But let's get this show on the road, guys, because I want to make this quick, snappy, and straight to the point. So today is our first ever coaching class of 2020. So it's a time to celebrate. It's a moment to be like, yay! And I'm hoping that we will do this more consistently. I know I was not consistent last year, but this is a new year. It's a new beginning. It's a new time. I am setting the intention to be more consistent with my live coaching classes because I realize there's just so much value that I have to give that can really transform the lives of whoever it is that follows me. So I want to say thank you to all of you that have come, that have signed up. We've got Fumi from Accra. Yay! Shout out to my Ghana massives. Shout out to you. I've got another person from Accra. Shout out to you, Mono Asampong. Yay, 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 yay. All right, so let's get this show on the road. I'm teaching about how do you set yourself up for success this year. One of the ways that you do that is by having a word for the year. And when I say a word, I literally mean have a word that you want to use to map the journey of your whole experience of 2020. Now, why is this important? It's important because having a word that represents what you want to achieve or who you want to be or what you want to have in 2020 acts like an anchor. It acts like a grounding force where you are held down at every point throughout the year, even when storms come. So having a set word, a focused word, and I'm going to show you 3 steps to take to help you decide what word should I focus on in 2020. And you can use this same process for any other year or any other time or any other point of your life or even in any other area of your life. But essentially, a focused word is what enables you to stay exactly what it means, focused. It means that in everything that you do for the rest of this year, you are doing it with a clear direction, with a clear intention to ensure that it exudes that particular word that you have chosen. This is so important because when you understand this, when you use this word, when you use this as a tool for your success, you will actually see how you become the very word that you have chosen. So how do we pick a word? You know, we can pick so many words. We have so many options. There are so many things that I'm sure we all want to achieve. We all want to become better. We all want to have more in our lives, right? So how do we actually begin that process? The first thing is you have got to give yourself space, time, and quietness. And these 3 components really is so that you are in a receptive mode. You can't really figure out what you want out of your life when you've got drama going on in your life, where there's noise, where there's, in and out. You want to find a space and a place where you are focused and where you are calm in order for you to open up your subconscious mind, in order for you to open up your spirit man, in order for you to open up your intuition. Because really and truly, that is where you are going to get your inspiration from. That is where you're going to get your direction from. And that's where you're going to get your leading. Okay, so the first thing that you need to do in order to pick a word for the year is actually environmentally make it conducive for you to tune in to yourself. I am really strong on self-discovery, introspection, and self-reflection. I think these are 3 critical components to what makes life successful, to what makes us thrive as women and men, because I'm sure there are guys watching here today as well, right? But self-discovery to me is one of the most important components we need for our progress. But guess what? So very few of us actually practice self-discovery. Especially in our continent, those of us who are from the African continent, we have been conditioned, we have been raised, and it's almost even part of our culture to be told what to do, to be told this is how you're going to live, this is where you're going to go, this is what you're going to study, this is even the kind of person you're going to marry. So we from this side of the woods have not really been exposed to thinking for ourselves, as it were, deciding for ourselves, making decisions for ourselves, knowing and listening to what our inner man says. And I really want to raise, excuse me, I really want to raise a tribe, a following of people who are in tune with who they are. So the first thing you need to do is to give yourself that space. Now, step 1 is brainstorm on every single thing that you have experienced over the last 1 year and even beyond, right? So we're focusing on how do I decide what word I want to have for 2020? How do I decide what it is I really want to accomplish in my life this year? The first step is actually to take an introspective look at how was your year last year? How has it been over the last decade? Because we're now in a new decade, right? So you want to ask yourself, how has the last 1 year of my life, the last 10 years of my life been? And when I say brainstorm, I literally mean get a pad or paper, notebook, whatever, and literally begin to jot down everything. Oh, last year was great. I got married, had a child, it wasn't good, this happened, that happened. And you're literally just brain dumping. You're not doing anything that's too difficult. You're allowing your inner man to speak to you and you are communicating it on paper. And don't worry, there's a logic to why I'm telling you to do it this way, okay? So just stay with me, follow me. I have got your back, okay? So the first thing is you want to be brain dumping everything that you have experienced over the last 1 year, 10 decades. Now, I have certain questions that I personally ask myself every time I do this exercise, and I'm going to run through those questions for you. If we have any prefect in the house, because this is a coaching class, guys, okay? So if there's any prefect in the house or one of those really extra smart Efiko type of people, if you wouldn't mind being a volunteer and dropping in the comments some of the questions that I run through so that other people in the class can catch those questions as well, that will be really great. But if you don't, I will be creating a summary of this, which I will be emailing to whoever's on my mailing list. So if you are not on my mailing list, as soon as we are done with this coaching class, I want you to click the link in my bio and make sure you join my mailing list, because that's really where I serve some really good wisdom and good nuggets, okay? So here are some questions that I want you to take time over this week, okay? And by the end of this weekend, I want you to have done this exercise. If you are here showing up, it means to me that there is something right now that you need to know, understand, or apply that you haven't done before. And so this is kind of like your assignment that I would love for you to take your time throughout this week. Find a moment where you are calm, quiet, and you're free to answer some of these questions, okay? So the first step to knowing what it is you want for this year, what word you want to use as your anchor, is to brainstorm on everything that you have experienced over the last 1 year and, if you like, over the last 10 decades. Now, to help you with that process, these are some questions that you can ask yourself. The first question, I think, is an amazing question because it really gets you to check yourself. And this question is, what are you tired of tolerating? Now, I just want that question to sink in right now for a second. And I'm going to ask that question again. What are you tired of tolerating? So what do I mean by that? I mean, what is it that you are complaining non-stop, in and out? You're fed up of it. It's a repeated cycle going on, and you're just like, you know what? F this. I'm tired of this. I'm done. I am not taking this anymore. What is it that you are tired of tolerating? Because the truth of the matter is this, and this is sometimes a bitter truth. Anything that you are not happy with right now in your life, and if it's still in your life, it means you are tolerating it. It means you are accepting it. It means you are giving room for it, and that is why it remains in your life. So if you are really serious about 2020, if you are really serious about making sure the next 10 years of your life do not look like the last 10 years of your life, you need to ask yourself, what am I tired of tolerating? And I'll give you a personal example for me. When I decided my word this year, I was tired of always having to just have enough money. Like, I don't know about you, but I'm ready to have abundance of money. I am ready for all of my bank accounts to be so full that even after I'm done with the school fees and the mortgage and the rent and the traveling and everything else, I still have a nice bank account showing me money is inside. And so I got tired of always being hand to mouth, salary to salary, paycheck to paycheck. So what are you tired of tolerating? When you can begin to decide, you know what, this is it, I'm done. Is it that relationship that is so toxic, that drains your every soul? Is that what you're tired of tolerating? Are you tired of tolerating that job? Are you tired of tolerating that backbiting friend? What are you tired of tolerating? And like I said, you get your paper, you get your pen, and you just write those things down. Don't overthink it. Don't write no stories about it. Just jot it down. I'm tired of being broke. I'm tired of that deadbeat boyfriend. I'm tired of that gossiping Nancy. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of that. I'm tired of where I live. I'm tired of my bed. Whatever you are tired of tolerating, your paper and your notebook is your friend. So that's one question that you can ask yourself. Let me see who's showing up in the house. And if I'm speaking too fast, guys, just let me know, because I do get kind of excited and, whatever. Hi guys, hi guys, hi guys, hi guys. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thanks for joining. So let's continue with the class. So the first question is, what are you tired of tolerating? The second question I want you to think about is, what do you want to experience more of this year? And I love this question because it's such an expansive question. I don't know, maybe even me just asking that question, some of you may have been like, I wonder, right? When we begin to ask ourselves quality questions, questions that really get our minds to think deeper than where we are at right now, we begin the momentum of creation. And this is what I'm passionate about teaching. And it's teaching this: you are the master of your life. You get to choose how you want your life to look like. Now, I know some of you are going to be like, well, but Banker, you don't understand. I'm in this situation. I have no control over it. I don't know what to do. This has happened. This is do. I get all that. But let me tell you something, and let me tell you why you are the master of your life. Because although you cannot control external situations and circumstances, the one thing you will always have control over is the choice of your responses, and it's the choices of your reactions. What does that mean? It means that you can be faced with adversity. You can be faced with a negative situation. You can be faced with drama. You can be faced with financial situations. But you get the choice to decide, how do I want to respond to this? Do I want to respond to it from a place of limitation and see that, oh, well, this is my lot, this is how life is always going to be? Or do I want to respond to it from a place of, you know what, this is my situation right now, but I'm going to find a way to get out of it. This may be what is happening to me right now, and I cannot control that, but I'm going to control how I choose to get myself out of it, how I choose to bring things into it, how I choose to modify it, right? So I want you to understand, in this whole process, you are in control of your life, okay? And so when you are talking about what do you want to experience this year, this is really your opportunity to think, what do you want? What do you want in 2020? Some of you drop that in the comment section. If you are still watching me here, drop in the comment section some of what you want in 2020. And I'm encouraging you to do that because I want you to expand your mind. It's time for us to stop looking at our circumstances as the only way in which we can live, as the end all and be all. I want us to start getting to a place where we see our circumstances and we go beyond what our circumstances tell us. So what do you want to experience this year? Do you want abundance? Do you want to experience a new love? Do you want to experience having a child? Do you want to experience going on holiday? Do you want to experience peace of mind? Do you want to experience a healthy body? Do you want to experience having enough money to take care of yourself and your family? Do you want to experience, what do you want to experience? Fumi says that she wants to experience to live an intentional life, better visibility for her business. Fantastic. Reese Fabric says better visibility for her business, right? So when you come from a place of knowing what you want to experience, you are now empowered to begin to think about, what do I need to be and what do I need to do in order to get that? And this is what leads me to the next question that I want you guys to think about. Right, so we're still on the first step of just brainstorming, okay? And like I said, I'm gonna send you guys a write-up of this, okay? Because I know it's a lot of information, but I just want you to get in the flow of what I'm trying to say to you. Interact with me as well on our live class today. If you have questions, if you have comments, drop them in the comment section and I will definitely respond to them, okay? So the next thing I want you to think about is, what quality do you want to experience, or what quality will drastically change your life this year? For me personally, let me not even lie to you, the quality that's going to drastically change my life this year is abundance. Abundance of money. I've got business goals that require me to be in a place of abundance. I've got family goals, that requires abundance. So for me, if I'm making money, if I'm feeling abundant, if my life is overflowing, that will drastically change my life this year. So when you're asking yourself that question, which is what quality would drastically change your life, I want you to think about what it is ultimately you are trying to achieve this year. And then when you think about what you're trying to achieve this year, what is that thing that if you had it, what is that quality that if you had it today, everything else just falls into place? Like I said, I've got a business goal. I have a certain amount of money I want to earn this year. And so I know that the quality that I will drastically change my life is income, right? It's hard earned cash. Or maybe not necessarily hard earned, but money share is what's going to drastically change my life this year because of the goals that I'm seeking to achieve, right? So we've run through 3 questions already. What are you tired of tolerating? What do you want to experience more this year? What quality would drastically change your life this year? And now I want you to think about, how do I want to feel this year? Many of us don't think about that. I can guarantee you, those of you who have told me you have goals, those of you who have sat down and said, you know what, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to have this, I want to have that. How many of you have actually sat down and said, how do I want 2020 to feel? How do I want to feel myself as every day of this year is progressing? And let me tell you why this is such an important yet most underrated and ignored component. It is your attachment to an emotion that determines the thoughts that you have, and your thoughts therefore determine the behaviors that you exhibit. It is your behaviors that you exhibit that eventually determine your outcomes. Now, if you are not attached to a feeling, if you have not anchored a particular feeling that you want for 2020, you cannot anchor in your mind certain thoughts that will engender that feeling, that will increase that emotion, that will increase that feeling to lead you to think the right thoughts that are in alignment with that feeling. And when you're not in alignment with the feeling, you can't take the necessary action steps that will bring the outcomes that you want. So when you're thinking about your word for the year, I want you to also think about, how do you want to feel in this year? Me, I want to feel confident. I want to feel seen. I want to feel heard. I want to feel present. I want to feel charming. I want to feel sexy. I want to be able to stand up and be confident and be bold, but yet exude my femininity, right? So for me, 2020, I want it to feel abundant. And it's not abundant just from a place of, oh, I want to have lots of money. Because abundance is not just tied to money. Abundance is an overall sense of wellness. It's an overall sense of thriving. I want to feel like I'm thriving this year, right? So I want you to think about that question in your quiet time, and think about what it is that you want this year to feel for you, right? And then we have a few more other questions. Yeah? The other question is, what do you want to become more of? And this is about your personality. This is about your character. This is about how you show up in the world, right? What do you want to become more of? For me, I want to become more present. I want to become more visible. I want to become more confident in myself, in my external delivery. I want to become a woman that actually has the kind of business I dream about having. This is where the concept of be, do, and have come into play. And let me explain what that means real quickly. A lot of us, when we're thinking about what we want, we start from a place of thinking of all of the things that we have to do. We start from a place of thinking, I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to do that, I need to do that. And what happens is that we get in this motion of doing. And I don't know if you have ever experienced it, but have you ever experienced where you're doing so much, but you're still not seeing any results? You're still not seeing any transformation. You're still not seeing any impact. The reason is because you have not aligned with the person you need to be in order to get the outcome that you desire. So the way we do this whole success process is we start from a place of, who do I need to be in order for my goals to be achieved? So let's say you have a business goal. You want to be earning a certain amount of money, right? But in order for you to become that, in order for you to have that business that earns that certain amount of money, you have to be the person that can manage, handle, and deal with the kind of business that earns that kind of money. If you are seeking to increase your business, and I'm just using business as an example, it could be anything. Let's say you want to get married, right? Or you want to improve your relationship. If that is your end goal, you have got to become the person that can embody that end goal. You can't say to me, I want a husband, I want a man, I want to be in a relationship, but you don't have self-love for yourself. Or every single man that you see, you're frowning your face and the men are scared. Every single man that you meet, you're giving them one attitude or another. Your attitude just stinks, right? In order for you to become a woman that manifests the man of her dreams, you have got to first be a woman of your own dreams, right? You have got to be the woman that when that man looks at you, he's going to be like, yeah, that's the one. So what does that mean for you? It may mean your personality needs to be worked on. It may mean you need to work on your body. It may mean you need to work on any other area of your life in order for you to be fully able to be a vessel to receive the outcome that you're seeking. Same thing with your business. If you want to be a businesswoman, if you want to earn, I don't know, $100,000 this year, you can't be penny pinching on investing in your business. You can't be afraid to put money in your business that you know will generate the kind of revenue you need to reach that goal. It means that you have to invest in a team, in a system. You have to invest in advertising. You have to invest in good quality products so you can have a brand that people recognize and have loyalty towards. Right? So when you're thinking about who do I want to be, you're thinking about when that goal becomes my reality, what would I have become? And it's from that point that you begin now, right now, to act like you have already accomplished that goal, like you are already the person that has accomplished that goal. So if that means your goal requires, if that means that by the time you get this goal, because you're now earning so much money, you're confident, you feel sexy, you step into a room, heads are turning because you're dressed banging, your body's in shape, your shoes on point, your hair's on point, it means you need to be that right now, even when you have no money. It doesn't mean that you have to go out and buy things, but whatever you have right now, you package yourself well so that when anyone is looking at you, they already think that you are the person that has accomplished that goal. Okay? And that ties into who you also need to be in order to reach your goals. So I'm going to run through this first step first, really, really quickly. So we are talking, for those of us who have just joined, hi guys, really excited that you're here. Let me just do a real brief recap before I move to the final two sections and then we're done. So we are talking about how to set yourself up for 2020 and how to pick a word that will enable you to stay focused on that word in order to achieve all of the goals that you have created for yourself in this year. And there are 3 steps that I'm teaching, and I've just taught the first step, which has a number of different components in that first step. The first step is that you need to find a quiet space, like literally go into your room, go into your space, wherever you go, be quiet, be still, and connect with yourself. And when you connect with yourself, you ask yourself a series of questions. And I've just run through those questions, but I'll run through it again. Right? So you are ultimately brainstorming on your past year experiences and beyond. And in order for you to do that, you're asking yourself, how has my last year been? How has the last decade of mine been? You ask yourself, what are you tired of tolerating? What are you wanting to experience more of this year? What do you want to feel this year? What quality will drastically change your life this year? And what do you want to become this year? Who do you need to become in order to have your goals fulfilled, right? That's the first step. Don't worry if you didn't get all the questions. If you're on my mailing list, tomorrow in the morning, by the grace of God, you will receive a breakdown of what we're going through in this coaching class. So once you've done your brainstorming, which is quite a process because there's lots of questions that you need to ask and there's lots of thinking. But once you've done your process, your step 2 is to now edit your brainstorming process. Now, what do I mean by that? This is where all of what you have written down, you just scan through it, you read through it again, and you think about what words are jumping out at you? What experiences are exciting you? What words are challenging you? What words are resonating with you and feel like, oh yeah, this is good, right? And literally all you do is circle those words. Is it confidence? Is it grace? Is it peace of mind? Is it love? Is it happiness? Is it money? Is it abundance? You just circle any of the words that excite you, words that inspire you, words that make you feel like, yeah, that's me. That's where I want to be, right? Words that even scare you, right? So you may have a word that millionaire, right? And you're thinking, shit, millionaire care, when I haven't even got 5K in my bank account. That might scare you. But do you know something, that sometimes the very things that we are scared of has the components of everything we need to achieve the goals that we're looking for. So when you're looking at your edits, when you're looking at your brainstorm, after you've written down all of the things that you have experienced and answered the questions in step 1, go through the second step and just literally start to circle words that resonate with you, words that excite you, words that make you feel like, ooh, I'm not sure. Circle them. Because this process is beginning to extract what is relevant for you. It's actually tapping into your inner mind, your subconscious mind, that is allowing you to begin to get a clearer direction of where you want to go. And that leads me to step 3, which is actually the simplest, but actually it's the hardest. Step 3 is this: choose your word. Now, you may say to me, Banker, what in the world? You've just asked me to answer like 1,000,001 questions. I have like 4 pages of your answers for these questions. I've circled about 1,000,000 words. How in the world are you going to tell me to now just choose one word out of everything that I've done? Well, number 1, I don't want you to get hung up on the fact that, oh my God, there's so many options. I don't know. I want confidence, but at the same time, I want money. But at the same time, I want love. But at the same time, I want peace. Don't get hung up on that. Why? Because the truth of the matter is this: whatever word you choose, right, is always going to work out in your highest good. Whatever word you choose is going to still transform you into the person that will have impact in every other area of your life. And so what you want to do is simply make a decision. And you do that by looking at the words and just deciding, I'm going to go for this word. So I'll tell you how I came up with mine. I had feminine, I had confidence, I had money, I had love, I had peace, I had travel, right? I had intentionality, I had visibility. I had a list of words. And I sat down and I said to myself, what is my overarching goal for 2020? What really ties all of my goals into one, right? For me, I have goals with my family. I want to travel this year. I want to have savings this year. I want my business to grow this year. I want I want to prepare for my children's future this year. I want to be able to pay for certain things this year. What's the common thread with all of my goals? They're all very different goals. But the one common thread for me is income, it's abundance, it's money, it's resources, it's the ability to be able to afford to travel, the ability to have enough money to save, the ability to have enough money to take care of certain bills and to take care of certain things I'm planning for my future. And so what does that mean? For me personally, it means I need to be intentional about everything I am doing this year. And so that's how I came up with my word for this year, which is intentionality. It means that I should go through my year with a very clear intention of making sure that everything I'm doing is somehow aligning and directing and leading me to get to my goal. It means that in my business, I must be intentional. It means in my business, when I'm showing up, when I'm doing things like my coaching classes, when I'm sending things like my planners, I'm intentional about it. It means that when I'm traveling, I'm thinking about where are those places that are going to give me that maximum enjoyment. I'm not just going to travel for the sake of it. I'm not just going to say, oh, I'm going to London because that's traveling. Because I go to London all the time. It's not traveling. Where is that place that's going to make me feel like I have experienced adventure? I've experienced what I feel is the reason why I want to travel. Right? So you come up with your word by looking at your overall goal. Right? And then you find a common theme of the goal. So if you have a business goal and you have a relationship goal and you have, oh, I miss you too. Ah, thank you. And you have a financial goal. I want you to look at the full picture and think, what is the common theme? And it's out of that common theme that your word will come to you. And then you look at what you've written and you think that, oh yeah, that makes sense. Because for me, intentionality, I had words like confidence, I had words like feminine, I had words like peace, I had words like love, I had words like money, abundance, right? Intentionality aligns with all of what it is that I'm really seeking to do. Because when I'm intentional, it means that I know what I'm doing. It means that there's a level of confidence because I'm taking deliberate action towards the goals that I have. So that automatically means I am confident in where I'm going. Right? If I'm intentional and I want to have more visibility in my business, it means that I'm taking more, paying more attention in how I look. I'm paying more attention to what I'm saying. I'm paying more attention to how I'm interacting. And so that feeds into how do I show up? How do I dress? What is my hairstyle like? What are the things that I'm saying? Where are the places that I'm going? Who are the people I'm interacting with? Right? So that is how you come up with your word. You start by having a review of where you are right now and where you have been and where you want to go. And you ask yourself a number of questions that can really help you to dig deep and answer those questions. And then you, after answering all those questions, you now begin to just select the ones that really resonate with you. Because it's not everything that you need. We all seem to suffer from FOMO, which is a fear of missing out. We all seem to think that, oh, I need to do everything and have everything, otherwise my life is somehow missing, or I'm somehow not enjoying what life is supposed to be about. No, you're never really missing out on anything, because where you are right now in any given moment is exactly where you need to be in that given moment. That's what we call divine flow, but that's a lesson for another time. Yeah. So you then edit all of those things by just picking the ones that are really resonating with you. And then you look at what you have picked and you look at what you're trying to achieve and you look at where you're trying to go and you look at who you're trying to become and you find the common theme. And when you find the common theme, you found your word. And when you make that decision, when you found your word, make the decision that you know what, this is it. This is the word I'm going to anchor myself into. This is the word I'm going to focus on every single day. This is the word that is going to be my driving catalyst, my driving impetus for everything that I'm trying to achieve this year. And let me tell you something about when you make a decision. When you make a decision, you automatically commit to the cause. And here's what commitment does. A decision inspires commitment, but commitment instigates action. Because once you are in motion, once you are in momentum, you begin the unfolding journey of outcomes, of delivery, of changes, of transformation. That is where the beauty of life really begins to take place. And I really want to encourage you guys, those of you who have shown up and you're here to the end, it means that this message is really for you. If you're watching the replay and you've reached this point, it means that this message is going to be a defining moment for you for your 2020. And if you can capture what I've taught you today, and if it's too much, watch the replay. If you want to get the breakdown of what I've discussed today, join my mailing list. Yeah, but if you can capture the essence of self-discovery is the most beautiful journey to embark on. There is nothing more beautiful than you unfolding right before your eyes, seeing how you are developing, seeing what makes you tick, seeing what makes you expand, knowing where you want to go, listening to what you already know on the inside of who you are. And this is what I'm passionate about teaching. This is what I want my followers to really understand, that listen, every single question you have in your life right now, I guarantee you the answer already lies within. And the answer may be that it leads you to a resource. The answer may be that it leads you to a person. The answer may be that your eyes just catch something on the bus. But whatever it is, everything you need is inside of you to direct you to the places that will give you the answers that you're looking for. And this is the journey of the self. And what we have done today in this coaching class is teach you how to become self-informed, right? You do not need anyone to tell you what the word for your year is. And this is not trying to throw shade on anybody, but you don't need anyone to dictate to you what your year is going to be like. You get to do that, right? It's a choice that you make. It's a decision that you make. And there is power when it's your decision. It's power when you have gone through that process and seen how it's all going to align and working through it to make it aligned. So guys, as we round up our coaching class today, I want to open it up for any Q&As. If you have any questions, if there's any areas that I went through that you didn't fully understand, let me know. And whilst you're doing that, I want to say to you, 2020 is an exciting time. It's so freaking exciting. Like, I don't know, I feel like I want to burst with so much excitement. And I really want us all to take charge of that excitement, to push through, right? 2020 will come with its challenges. 2020 will come with its own issues. But I want you to know that this is a different era completely. And if you are not following me, this is a personal invite to come on, follow me, click the follow button on my Instagram page. If you want more interaction with me, join my mailing list. I send out newsletters practically every week with insights, with resources, with coaching tips, with coaching strategies. And it's really an opportunity for you to connect on a deeper level with me. If you want coaching, I do one-on-one coaching, group coaching, whatever you need, corporate coaching, executive coaching. Go onto my website. Visit my website. It's very straightforward. It's myname.com, which is basically bankeshotomi.com. Get to know me. Connect with me. I'm your friend, Like me and you, we're cool, right? So I want you to know that I am here to serve you, to give you value, to lead you in the right direction, and to for you to come on the journey with me of elevation, because guess what? I'm learning as you are learning. Thank you very much, your brand events, about my website. She said my website is awesome. Thank you. I actually designed the website myself. So yeah, I wear many hats. I'm a creative person, and I enjoy life, and I've been through stuff, guys. I have been through stuff. But one thing I believe is that my circumstances do not need to define who I am. Right? 18 months ago, almost 2 years ago now, in February, I suffered a terrible bereavement. But here I am, thriving, enjoying life, and just feeling like there is so much that life offers us. Do not allow your circumstances to define you in 2020. You choose how you're going to show up in your circumstances. You make your circumstances be defined by who you are. And that means when you show up every day for your dreams, you show up every day for your goals, you show up every day for your purpose, and you use your word as your anchor. And before I go, those of you who don't know, I have a new planner. It's called the Igniting the Modern Woman Planner. If you do not have your planner, I don't know what in the world you are doing, because this is your guide to 2020, because it will show you literally how to plan your year. It will show you how to plan your week, your quarter, and how to stay accountable for the things that you say you want to achieve. This is for the modern woman, the modern African woman. And here's what I mean by the modern African woman, by the way. You don't necessarily need to be African in order to be the modern African woman, because what I'm trying to create is an essence of being. An essence being that she is a woman without restraints. She is a woman who does not see her limitation. She is a woman who is ready to fight for her dreams and to keep going until she gets the final destination, right? And so for those of you, hello Jador Lucy, thanks for joining. So Akim Alakimbade, so you're asking how you can get the planner. Yeah, the planner we ship worldwide. It's printed in the UK and it's delivered from the UK and Lagos, and we ship to every destination in the world. We've gone to Ghana, we've gone to South Africa, we've gone to the US, we've gone to the UK, we've gone to different parts in Europe, in the Caribbean. So we ship worldwide. And if you want to get yourself a planner, you have to order now, because guess what, guys? And this is no joke. I've sold out 3 times. I'm on the next batch of restocking, which is probably going to be the last batch I'm going to restock for some time. And if you want it, you need to order now. Why? Because what I am restocking, half of it has already been pre-ordered. So I cannot guarantee, if you wait for the physical copies to come, that you will actually get any planners. Right? A lot of the people who have pre-ordered were the people who missed out in the last 3 batches. So you can definitely get a planner by just visiting my website, www.bankeshotomi.com/planner, and it tells you everything about it. You also can find out more information about how to use the planner by clicking the link in my bio. I did a free video tutorial on how to use the planner, and it's helpful for you to even know how to plan for your life. Reese Fabrics is asking, in Naira, how much is it in Naira? It's 10,000 Naira, which is the equivalent of £25 or $27, and it includes delivery. Okay, so like I said, today I had 10 orders. Today I had someone who said she wants to buy 10. Like, hello, 10. So they're going so fast. So if you want to know more about what the planner does, go onto my website. Click onto it. I've got a video that explains what it is, and I've got a video that actually does a tutorial. That tutorial is about 1.5 hours. It's on YouTube. Press the link in my bio. And guys, this year, me and you, chop knuckle, me and you, we're doing it. We are doing it. We're going for gold. We're getting everything that we said we wanted, and we are going to come with testimonies at the end of this year of how we have smashed every single goal that we wanted to achieve in 2020. So guys, do you have any more questions? Let me run through. Okay, Yaki Ben, please, when is it back in stock? Yes, it is. I have restocked. They're going to be out on the 20th of January. If you want 4, I would suggest you place your order right now, because like I said, they are going fast. Even before they have landed, half of it has already gone. So that means that as soon as they land, I'm literally automatically shipping half of them out. Okay, so if you know you want a planner, go onto my website right now. Let me even drop the link for you in case you so it's www.bankeshotomi.com/planner. And like I said, someone ordered 10 copies today. Like, that's so wild, you know? So you can click that link there, copy and paste it, put it in your browser at the end of this. And I will be starting a mentoring coaching program, goal accountability program, for everyone who is interested in wanting to really stay on track, really be handheld, and really be supported. It's going to be a monthly goal coaching program. I will be releasing details about that later on this month. If you are interested, make sure you are on my mailing list, because it's those who are on my mailing list that get the first heads up. And if you know me, if you have followed me for any amount of time, and this is just me not bragging, right? If you have followed me for any amount of time, anything I release in the public, hand on my heart, it gets sold out. It gets sold out. Go to scroll through my Facebook, my Instagram feed, and just see anything. Is it my workshop? Is it my planners? Is it my coaching programs? Sold out. Yeah. So being on my mailing list really gives you that advantage. Really gives you that heads up. Come in, babe. What happened? Come and say hi to this is Judah, guys. Come and say hi. He's tired. Am I shouting? I'm almost done. Mommy's done now. So this is my son. Say hi. Don't pick your nose on live on Instagram.
Yeah. I wasn't. I was scratching my
So this is Judah, guys. He is my baby, my second baby. He's 11. Say hi to everyone. He's going to bed now. So guys, I love you. I appreciate you. This is where I'm going to round it up. It's been so great sharing the class with you today. If you enjoyed the class, go onto my Instagram page, leave me a comment, leave me a feedback, share your takeaways, and guess what? Tag 2 people to follow me tonight. Get your planners as well tonight. Put your orders in through 20th of January. They will be released for delivery. Whilst you are waiting for it to be delivered, you get access to the digital copy and so many other bonus resources as well. Look, I've got you guys covered because, you know, like I said, me and you this year, we're making it, we're rocking it, we're doing it. We are elevated and we are going places. This year, 2020, is our time, and it's our time now. All right, guys, I love you so much. I will speak to you soon.